Hello, 4th and 5th grade. So happy to see you here on YouTube. Today, we are going to make sun and moon art. Here is an example of what your art might look like at the end of class. Here is another example of what your art might look like, or it might look like this at the end of class. So you can see there are so many different ways we can make sun and moon art. Let's start by getting our materials. You will need a piece of paper and something to draw with. It could be a pencil, and if you have colors, you can get those too. They are optional, so you don't have to have colors. We're going to start by drawing a circle. One way we can draw a circle by tracing it is we hold our pencil at the end and we make little tiny circles like this to get the general shape of our final circle. We hold our pencil closer to the tip to be more precise, and then we can follow those little light lines we drew to trace around and make a circle. Your circle does not have to be perfect, and you can leave these lines if you want, or you could go in with an eraser and clean it up. It's whatever style you are going to. I think I'll leave the sketch lines for now because I think they'll look cool. Next, we're going to choose which side we want to be our moon. If we wanted it to be on the left side, we would draw a shape like that. If we wanted it to be on our right side, we would draw a shape like that. I'm thinking our moon should be on the right side. So I'm going to start drawing my shape, and then halfway through, I'm going to stop to draw our nose. It comes out at a point and curves back in. Then I'm going to finish drawing this curve, and we have the shape of our moon man. Next, we're going to draw eyes. Let's start with the sun. We're going to do a curve shape down and a curve shape up to make the shape of her eye. The sun is always looking awake with her eyes open. So we're going to draw these eyelashes on top of her eyes because when our eyes are open, our eyelashes are on top. Then we're going to draw a curved half circle for her iris, or the colored part of the eye that we see out of. So if you have brown eyes, you have a brown iris. Then we're going to draw her pupil. The pupil is the black part of our eye that we see out of. That is a very wide eye. If you want to draw a different style of eye, you can do that too, like an anime eye or a more detailed eye. You could color in her eye any color. Next, we're going to draw the moon's eye, and the moon has a closed eye because the moon represents sleep, nighttime, dreaming. When our eyes are closed, our eyelashes point down. So draw some eyelashes pointing down. Next, we need a mouth. Let's draw a little smile. And the smile goes across both halves, both the sun and the moon. We could keep our smile simple like that with a line, which is very cute. I actually really like that. You could also, though, draw lips. I'll show you how to draw realistic lips. Start at the outer corner, and you're going to draw a curve up, then down. Start at the other corner, a curve up, then down. And then you're going to start at the bottom and curve down and then across. This takes some practice, and if it looks a little wiggly and wonky, that's okay, because it's all about practice. That's what we're doing in art. So you can add more details if you wanted. You could color in the lips, maybe a red color on one half and blue or purple on the other half, or you could leave them this color with pencil. Either way is fine with me. I'm going to show you how we're going to start working on our patterns. So this half is our sun and this half is our moon. Let's cut the paper in half with a vertical line. Now, let's start drawing the sun's rays with a horizontal line, a diagonal line going up, a diagonal line going down, and I think that's good for now. We have 4 little shapes that we can fill in. When I think of the sun, I think of really bright colors, and I think of all of her light rays being lines. So I'm going to think of the heat as some wiggly lines. So you could draw some wiggly lines, curvy, wavy lines like this. I also think about how there could be dashed lines to show heat. When we draw dashed lines, we're making a pattern and we're also using rhythm. If you picture music, dun, 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 dun. Sometimes when we draw, we're making music with our pencils. I'm gonna add some more wiggly lines because that's just what I think of with the sun. But if you think of other shapes, you can use those too. We could do curved half circle shapes with circles inside. We could do bumps like that. There's so many patterns we could choose. Let's take a break from our sun and draw some patterns for our moon. How does the moon feel to you? How do you feel when you're sleeping? I think of dreams, and dreams are kind of wavy to me. So I'm going to draw a wavy line coming out around the moon. I'm also think of teardrop shapes because I think of dreams with clouds, and when I think of clouds, I think of rain. So maybe you could draw some teardrop shapes. I'm gonna add some curves because I just felt like they might fit the teardrops nicely. And that's the goal of these patterns, is to fill up some of this space with things that are visual, things we can look at. I might even add some more moon shapes as part of my pattern going around the moon. This type of pattern where it has repeating shapes going from the center outward is called a radial pattern. Our sun also has some radial patterns going on. Keep working on these patterns, and as you add more details, your sun and moon art will begin to really take form and look super cool. So I'm just going to keep showing you other patterns that you can draw. I really like these wiggly lines. I feel like I get into a good rhythm. Maybe you could try that too. You can also make a solid line, add some other shapes, and start to fill it in with color. So it could be the color of a pencil. It could be red, orange, black. It can be any color that you feel is right for your artwork. So here I have a pretty good first draft. If I wanted to go back and add more color, I can. If I want to add more details, I can. It's all up to you. You are the artist, so you get to choose when you're finished. I think I'm finished with this for now. So again, we can make a sun and moon art that looks like this. It could also look like this, or it might look like this. If you want to upload your art to Google Classroom, we would love to see it. I hope you enjoyed this sun and moon art tutorial, and I will see you next time, 5th and 4th grade. Goodbye.